Not gonna lie, this looks amazing. Now, this one, it's advisable you get yourself a cup of coffee, alternatively a cup of tea. Do we leave that open? We'll leave that open in case Molly wants to get out. Either way, you're gonna need to grab a drink because we're about to get cozy and we're about to strip. That's right, stripping the Nintendo, rather Super Nintendo games. I've wanted to do this for quite some time and have a little bit of a redesign. There's going to be no shelves, no drilling, nothing like that. It's literally going to be an aesthetic thing, and I actually don't know what I'm doing. We're just literally going to throw turds at the wall and hopefully things will stick. But I have a few things to say first. Now, there was something Riff said in a recent episode of his, Pixel Game Squad, great channel, met Riff last year, fantastic. And he did a recent video and he was talking about like lots of kind of things, because as a content creator, as a serious content creator, you go through a lot of emotions around kind of thinking about content and how to manifest the next big thing. Sometimes, you're chasing that high, you make mistakes, you chase the high, you score sometimes, and it feels great. And it feels great to document it. But obviously, one, like me, who has a full-time job, cannot do that every week. And it makes you kind of wonder, how much of life are you actually missing at the expense of chasing content and constantly having a lav mic attached to you if you go to a retro game store or a retro gaming market or travel internationally next week? How much are you actually missing? And Riff was like, it's much better to have somebody film with you so you can actually be in the moment when you pick a game up off the shelf and go, whoa, oh my God, and have that actual kind of moment and have somebody else capture it for you. But that's not always realistic. So what is realistic? Quit? No, that is not happening. And that's what Riff said. It's not about that. He is considering having somebody kind of have film for him and pay them. Now, when Jess is with me, she is the best camera woman a girl could wish for. She knows what I'm after. She knows where to point the camera. I've had people do it before and they stand like, just like people that you're with, they'll just stand with the camera pointing down and you're like, come on, it's so frustrating. But you do need somebody there so you can actually not have a camera in your hand and really enjoy it. And it just got me thinking about the content grind and what it actually means. Because it's hard. It's like, you're just kind of constantly chasing ideas, constantly on the edit, trying to balance life, trying to balance just free time as well, and actually, looking after the house, going to work, yada, 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 yada. We all have these kind of random first world adulting problems, right? And you probably think, you know what, she's moaning. I don't give a flying shoelace if you think that. That's fine. Free country, think what the hell you want to do. But I'm just kind of sharing some thoughts with you because this is about me and me offloading to you. And I just want to say that I love what I do, but I'm really, really tired. So something has to give. Thankfully, Jess is going to be coming on some upcoming retro game hunts. And it definitely works having a tripod so you can leave the camera there and actually wander off, because the best retro game hunts for me are when you're not holding the camera. I love it, so you can kind of get full kind of grip on what's going on in the store. And that's kind of what I want to go for, something a little bit more real life. It's so important to me to put like a really good product out, a real good retro game hunt. Sometimes the algorithm's in your favour, you get amazing views, sometimes it's not, and that's fine. You take the rough with the smooth on YouTube. Every content creator knows that. If you're on this platform, you need to be prepared to win, lose, or draw, and actually control your emotions with that. So I think for me, it's just about constantly looking at ways to evolve the content. I've got some amazing stuff coming up. And I think a lot of creators get to that point where you do feel sometimes a little bit creatively stifled. That's why today I just want to kind of get cozy with you. I'm literally in my just crap clothes. I just want to kind of talk to you. Rearrange your Super Nintendo games with the curtains closed. We've left the world out there. We've got the dog here. We've already gone out on a dog walk and now I'm just rambling. And if you're still here, thank you. But anyway, that's enough about that. I'm really glad Riff put that kind of, bit of his video out. It's so nice to know other creators feel like that and you're not on your own, because it can be a bit lonely at times. And I know serious content creators, you guys know exactly what I mean. I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video. So here's the plan. We're going to go methodical with this. I've run out of polish, so we've got some wipes. I'm going to get myself a microfiber cloth, which I love. We're going to go cube by cube and set things up and just see what kind of layout that we actually want. Of course, I'm going to be talking to you and chatting bubbles along the way, so sit back and enjoy. Now, don't worry if you can't see what I'm doing, because we'll B-roll everything anyway. But the kind of less is going to be more on here. I really like this kind of triad arrangement of the games at the front, because I think the problem with this is you're not seeing enough artwork. And let's face it, the 16-bit era will, and already forever in my life will ever have some of the best artwork, gaming artwork in the world. So iconic, such good stuff. And I think we need to kind of get more of that, so the colours just pop a little bit. Very similar to Callum's game room, that looks stunning how he's done his Super Nintendo games. Truly amazing. Now, I was going to separate NTSC and PAL, but I'm not going to lie to you guys, I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to stick to the usual alphabetized way of doing things, because that's just going to be easier for me to know what I've got in the collection. Now, they're B's, aren't they? So we'll just keep the B's together. Okay, so we've had these a few ways in the past. And honestly, for me, it's all about space. It's all about getting as much in the cube as possible whilst being creative. And that is the real kicker in all of this. So let's just experiment and see what we can come up with. Normally we'd whack a bit of polish in here, but again, I'm completely out. So we'll wipe it off and then buff it. What I might do as well is rearrange the consoles. I think that needs to be done. Right, let's think about what we've got going on here. So we've got, why on earth, oh, adventures. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. We could maybe place something. I don't know how this is going to work. What can we use to prop stuff up with? I think I've got a system. I think I have a system. Let me just get the rest of the B's first and foremost. Again, we're not going to separate NTSC and PAL. Can he be bothered, mate? Can he be bothered? But I don't know. I mean, I've stacked them this way before, vertically. I think we might go for like artwork on the back. Oh yes, Beauty and the Beast. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. I see this. Let's put them that way though. Okay. If we can get 3, but have like a cheeky 3. Cheeky 3. We got any more B's? It doesn't look that way. That's a good game. We can just squeeze the 3 in there. I'll show you guys. Check it. So we're kind of working it like that. So obviously you can see, I mean, I think the vertical spine art does look nicer than the ends of the games. And then obviously we got some space at the front here, which I'm not going to double row. Or I'm like, oh God, I'm so short on space. What we might have to do is move the NES games and the N64 games in order to get the Super Nintendo stuff in like that. We might have to make some serious sacrifices here, guys. Right, I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to shift them. Right, decision made. Go. Right, not cool with this. However, we've still got some bees here. So we're gonna have, this is a project I should not have really started. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Right, let's go with the bees. Two absolute NTSC bangers, Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 2 CIB. I think I got these like $100 each from upstate New York, a store in upstate New York many years ago. Many years ago. Gotta love them though, to be fair. So we got more bees here. Hey, wait a minute. This hasn't had that smoky protector pulled off it, which obviously we need off. Oh yeah, that artwork looks a million times better. Check this. Oh, this is Boxing Legends of the Ring, obviously NTSC. That looks so shiny, as you can see the glimmer. So we do have some NTSC stuff here. Don't really, I don't know, maybe we can like have, yeah, that looks not bad actually. Can have it like that. Oh my God, that says £1 on it. Look at that. That says £1 on it. Can you imagine back in the day? I mean, back in the day, you could snag yourself something like this for £1. Insane. Blows my mind to even think about that. See if we can get like 3. I mean, we can, but it's gonna hide. I think I'm gonna go with it. We're doing it like this. It's gonna look good, guys. Come on. I'm getting energy flowing now. Okay, and I'm missing a box protector for that. Damn. Wait, that's got a little, okay. We'll go. So this is like NTSC and PAL. So I do collect the different variations of the same game, as you guys can see. Yeah. Okay, I have been taking N64 cases off and using them on the Super Nintendo cases because I think when we put them on here, I want them all to have the protective cases. So for example, Double Dragon, the box was pretty beat, but it just gives it that box integrity, ready to pop right there. Let's go. Cube number 2 done. Check it out. Here we go. This is the design. So we've got the 3 at the back. We've got, obviously, this is my signed copy from the Kev Bayliss and, my apologies, David Wise, that's right, David Wise, couldn't get the name out. So from the original Rare developer, so we've got the Donkey Kong trilogy at the front there. This is the look we're going for, guys. This is going to be uniform. Aside from, of course, we're going to keep that pixel panel there. But boy, does it look a lot better. Don't know where we're going to put the NES games yet, but it doesn't matter because I think that's looking nice. And fresh. Got some lovely box art here on these NTSC games. Yeah, and actually, like I said, prefer the vertical spine art compared to the box end. So let's continue and we will time lapse these next few cubes. More random box variations there, both PAL. Got the blue variation. This is Disney Classics. This must be the kind of the Classics version, whereas Nintendo, official Nintendo titles had the red Classics, and then obviously your base version there. So this one's very obscure. It's got the old price tag on, $14.99, guys. You'll love to see it. I honestly don't think I'm going to have enough box protectors, which is a damn shame. Thankfully, things like this, look, check this. This is in really nice condition and the box integrity is great as well. So it's not as big of a deal if we've not got box protectors for that, but I will get them. All right, this is looking 1,000 times better than what it did before. I'm really happy with this so far. Bit nervous as we get further down because I don't know what I'm going to do. And of course we've got all the little gubbins here that we'll need to kind of rehome, that we're taking off the shelves. But yeah, I think from a distance as well, it just looks a million times better. Really happy with it. Now, unfortunately, we had some D's and some B's mixed in on the front-facing stuff. Obviously, B's and D's should be up here, but that's fine because I think that's signed by the Rare development team anyway, Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. Demon's Crest is a big hitter, as is MK3, Ultimate MK3. So these can be the front-facing stuff anyway. So I'm not as fussed about that. Oh, but I can feel the dopamine hitting me already. This is insane. Now, this is an interesting one. This is Nightmare Busters. This was a cancelled game back in the day. This was completely finished, ready for a mainstream release. For some reason, it didn't get released, but it was released about within the last 10 years. And it's so heartwarming because the original developer of this unfortunately passed away, I'm led to believe. So it's like his work still got kind of a mainstream release after his death. So I'd highly recommend you check out Nightmare Busters if you're a Super Nintendo fan. Definitely one to grip. Super Fighter Team. It's a shame it got cancelled because it looks and plays fantastically. I think I've actually got a few bits mixed up here, but I don't care anymore. I really don't care. We're in deep doo-doo because there's all of this to put on the shelves and we've only got 8 left. And then I still don't know, again, where any of this stuff is gonna go. Stay tuned to find out. Oh man, and I've just found A's and F's and D's. We're gonna have to have a random SNES shelf. Right, we're into moving the N64 stuff now. So I'm going to chuck all this, not chuck it, but move it all down there. And check that out. This is a repro, obviously a repro because it never got a mainstream release. Star Fox 2, I absolutely love that. I think that is amazing. And if I'm right, it has manual. Yes, it does. You've got to check this. What could have been? What could have been, man? Look at that. How cool is that? Look at that. What could have been? I mean, as we know, Star Fox 2 and a lot of the technology went into Star Fox 64, but still, it was complete. The game was complete. And we only got an official release on the Mini. Not good enough for me. Look at the box art on that. I definitely need more box protectors. That's going to be like another phase of this. I'm not going to film it, but you know, need them. One random game. Wolfenstein 3D. Oh, they're all on perfectly. But there's just one random game. There's actually these as well, to be fair, which were on the random shelf below. I need to make a separate shelf for these, so I might just plonk that on there for now. But as you can see, we're in a whole heap of trouble with the N64 stuff. But that's fine, because we've got time to sift through. And what I randomly found as well were these bootleg cartridges This is Captain Commando. And then there's this random 5-in-1 Final Fight. So you've got Final Fight Guy, Final Fight 1, 2 and 3, and then the Art of Fighting. So it's just a little bootleg stuff. So I might give these away in an upcoming episode if you're interested. So just random shizzle that I'm just not interested in. So yeah, not gonna lie, this looks amazing. Woo, that looks good. Okay, next up in my zero wisdom of wisdoms will be to put the N64 games on here, because I kind of figured it's going to be easier to kind of rehouse the consoles and some Japanese PS1 games, and then I can have just a really nice display of N64 stuff on here. I'm not bothered about double rowing, as the N64, it's not a huge priority for me over the Super Nintendo, for example, so we'll get through it. And hopefully you guys can give me some feedback on it or not, but we do have another pile of SNES games, and I've found another place for them down there. Oh my god, there's so much stuff, but it's kind of therapeutic to go through this. It is kind of therapeutic to go through this, so let's crack on and give this a wipe down. Now again, this is a mixture of NTSC, which does have much better box art. You can see the box art goes all the way to the borders, rather than having the harrowing black borders on PAL. I've always wondered why. Like, why not do it like that in PAL Regions? It just baffles me. This game is called Knife Edge. This box feels like it's hanging on by a knife edge. Okay. I've missed some. Wait, sorry, Lib. No, I've just put them all away. Oh, mate, I don't even want to make light of that. Aside from three games, I've put them all away, and yes, it is the harrowing double row. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not massively passionate for the N64, so this is shoddy work. Please roast me in the comments section. There's still a bunch of crap that I need to put away. What an absolute fool of a toque, Gemma. Seriously. Right then, let's move this. Looks alright. Every girl needs a custom SNES and the Gebs 24 controller, and these were the surplus games that are sitting at the back, so we could probably accent some of this stuff and make this cube look a little bit nicer. Let's do it now. A few bits in there, but it's a work in progress. But again, all the rest of the stuff looks so damn rad. Well, that was actually thoroughly enjoyable. And to say we went into this project somewhat blind, aka without a plan, I actually really like the way this brand new, pure Nintendo, mainly Super Nintendo, cube cabinet has turned out. I don't know what I'm going to do if I buy more SNES games. I still need to find a little place for the Xeno Crisis collection. Shout out to Pit Matt BRO for sending me that stuff over the years. I love those guys. I can't wait for Terminator 2D No Fate as well. In fact, just to digress slightly, there'll be a link to a blog on my website for the press release for that game. All this kind of information on there about pre-orders. I've pre-ordered. Go and check it out. It'll be linked. Anyway, this has turned out fantastic. We're going to find a place for the consoles here. We've got the Spicy GameCube, we've got the Sega Genesis, and we've got the Model 1 Master System to rehome somewhere in here. I've lit up the Pixel Pals. Unfortunately, Chun-Li's light has been dimmed, but we've got some batteries in Sonic and Akuma as well. I think this space is looking really, really nice, and then I have some stuff to take upstairs to the lady loft. Now, here's what's coming on Thursday. I have got rid of a load of Xbox 360 variants that I didn't want. I did put them for sale on the Gebs24 Facebook and nobody wanted to buy them, and this always happens, right? When I go to trade stuff, because I'm going to go to a shop and trade some bits tomorrow, trade for cash, sell some bits tomorrow, in Thursday's episode, people say, I would have bought that, I would have bought that. No one buys it. Like, I put stuff for sale, nobody is interested. So if you want to kind of come along, go and follow the Gebs24 Facebook and the Discord, because I do stick stuff in there. And people message me months later, have you still got that Atari Jaguar collection? Have you still got this? No, it went. So you need to make sure you're following me on the socials as well and keeping an eye, because if you want some of my collection, you can have it, because there's going to be dribs and drabs that are going over the course of the coming months that I just don't care for. I'm still toying with the idea of selling my entire PSP collection, which is an absolute monster. Loads and loads of different handheld units, but I just don't know yet. I don't know, because all I do is recycle it back into the collection anyway. So that'll be Thursday's episode. The shop I'm going to, I've been to twice before, but they are absolutely up and coming, and the stock they get in there is incredible. So it'll be nice to have a quick whip around. We're not going to spend all day in there, and then we'll of course come back to the Lady Lounge, and if you want to know what I'm trading, I'll show you in that episode. So yeah, this looks really good. Really, really happy with it. Libby's happy with it. Are you happy with it? Come here. Let's show the people. I don't think you've been on camera before, have you, Little Boots? This is Libby, aka Little Boots, who doesn't like being lady handled. Oh, no, there you go. She's a cutie. I love her. But anyway, thank you so much. Team 24 for life. See you on Thursday.